วัสดีทุกคนวันนี้เราจะมาสัมภาษณ์โบนะเราเป็นนักเรียนแลกเปลี่ยนได้ไปแลกเปลี่ยนอยู่ที่อเมริกาปีกายนี้แม่นบ่โอเคแล้วมื้อนี้ในวิดีโอนี้เราจะลงเป็นภาษาอังกฤษก็คือเราจะเล่าประสบการณ์เราอยู่อเมริกานั้น10เดือนเป็นแนวใดแล้วการศึกษาที่นั่นเป็นแนวใดและถ้าเจ้ากำลังเบิ่งวิดีโอนี้เจ้าอยากได้ทุนแลกเปลี่ยนคือเราแล้วเจ้าจะควรเฮ็ดแนวใดเจ้าติดตามวิดีโอนี้ได้เลย Please introduce yourself to the audience please
All right. Thank you for inviting me here as a guest. My name is Suksavan Wongthongchit, and I'm in my 4th year in International Relations, Faculty of Law and Political Science. And recently, I just came back from the United States of America as an exchange student. So that's the topic that we're going to talk about today, right?
Could you tell me about your experience living in the United States? Okay.
I believe the overall experience of living there, it's to be defined in my own opinion. It's wonderful actually to be only they call the single representative there to live as a Lao student, which nobody in Laos have ever been in the place that I've been to. I live with the international students, not really the American students, but the students from all over the world, which can be, for example, from Japan, from China, or from the African countries, and things like that. And I believe that the city that I went to, which is Davenport, the state of Iowa, it's only 5 minutes away from Illinois, actually, which you can, And I think that I'm the only one student from Laos to be there.
Only one?
To represent my country, and it was wonderful to be able to do that. In comparison of both systems, I think American education, it's kind of a platform where students have a decent access to information, while our students are rarely doing so. If you know what I mean, because it is because numbers of topics are being studied or studied already, and that various scholars did so, and I think they did in the various or different types of topics in their own fields. And on top of that, the fact that I like its system is because learning is based on the students, or you can call that student-based learning, where students are independent to do some research or look for the topics that they like in order to study, and that if they are highly interested in that topic, they can pursue that and master what they learn, and that can be beneficial for their future career. Alright, in doing so, students will not be able to only learn what they are learning, but also the topics that are associated with the things that they learn, if you know what I mean. I don't know how to describe in the certain words.
Just easy word to get.
And subjects like music, arts, and films and so on, if you know that stuff, are also being encouraged, because that can be the careers with the high-paid salaries too. And basically, the system encourages students to be involved in the number of activities, plus with the environment that supports them. And I think they are able to truly find what they love to do. That's the overall of the system.
So another question is, how many subjects do you study there?
Students are only required to take overall of 12 credits
Yeah.
which average of 4 subjects or courses, and I literally took 4 classes there, which, for example, the history and the global issues and things like that, which related to my fields, which, the international studies.
Because I have some of my friend from my Vietnamese friend, so he did an exchange student like you too. He said that the student from the United States, they are so good in teamwork, so that's the Asian student, so they're not good. That's why. Is that true?
I think it depends on the group of students, but as I observed, the American students are like they are tending to be on their own, which can be easier to learn by themselves. But group work is okay. Group work is preferred too, if the the assignments are requiring the students to do in team. So I think they can do good too. But I think that Asian students, it's also doing good in that compared to the American students, because I think it depends on how they learn and the methods that they use in learning.
So how hard working are they? How hard working is do the student that in the United States?
It's truly hard.
Yeah.
You are regularly assigned weekly, I mean every week you will be assigned to do something like writing,
Yeah.
like the professor would give you the homework to like do a research on this topic and do a presentation next time we meet, or write an essay about 3 pages of this topic, so you learn more about this and submit that to me on time. And
So
it's kind of tense that to be a student there.
That means you have to do homework every day.
Not every day, but if you are able to manage your time well, so that you can manage it, and
Up to yourself. Okay.
right.
And so before you went to there, so what do you think about your English by comparison to now?
It was worse actually, because before I went there, I took a TOEFL test before, and the result was 53.
53.
Yeah, which is considered
It's been
low. Yeah.
500, right?
No, it's
500.
the full score is 120, but I got 53, which is truly low. But I was able to go there anyway, because when I went there, I was required to take an English training before I get to the real part of the campus life.
Yeah, so that's a good question. Actually, how did you get your this scholarship, like to be an exchange student? That's really important question. The audience, they want to know this question.
You can follow the page of the U.S. Embassy, which the scholarship will be annually announced. And I believe that it's gonna be open for application by the end of the year, which is December, or probably November, so that you have time to prepare before you submit it.
Yeah, do they have this kind of scholarship every year?
I think yearly. It's yearly announced.
So do you have to write an essay, or what do you have to do to?
Yeah, a bunch of things. Like, you are required to, fill the application forms, which is one of the, how to say that, thoughtful part of the process, and you are required to write 2 essays.
2 essays?
Yeah, 600 words each.
Do they need your IELTS or TOEFL? They require that?
If you took that before, you can use that as one of the, I don't know, you can use that in your application. So you won't have to take any TOEFL if you are selected as a participant.
Yeah.
But if you do not have that, then you are required to take it. But you're gonna take it for free anyway.
What do you want to share to the audience about who are watching this video and they want to go abroad, like especially to go to America? So what are your recommendations?
My only recommendation is to be working hard, especially on your language skills, because it's not that so much important, but it's the necessary part that the necessary part of the communication before you ought to be judged by the people that are judging you as, I don't know, like in the interview, or the one that look into your application and say that you are fulfilling the purpose of the program. So that language is a part. It's a key of the communication. So communication is yeah.
Yeah, the final part. Can you share your methods in learning English?
That's a good question anyway. I love to share this to the people in Laos, and the method of learning English is not limited to learning from the books or learning from the text and things like that, but you can also learn from watching, listening, and take it into practice. So if you take it into practice, you will be working hard on that, and you get familiar with that. And if you're familiar with that, so it becomes your your skills eventually. I believe so. I like to add to the part that he said, which was the interesting story, and I would say that everyone makes mistake too. I also do, and literally I did. Apparently, I said repeatedly sometimes, and as you can see that, because we do not care about that, so we just go with the flow and try to think of the mistakes that you make and try not to do it next time, because those who make the same mistake are those who are stupid, and that's what I'm trying to say.
You know what I have I dealt with the situation that like the American people who comments post their comments on my video. They said your accent is stuck. I asked him back, how many languages do you speak?
Oh.
He said only English. You have practiced awful. I speak 5 languages. So I speak 5 languages. He said, so that's fine. Okay. See?
Okay.
And I have read one comments on the the Miss World supermodel, right? Like so that's the Americans model comment to Vietnamese model. She said that the Vietnamese model English really like awful, like something like that. So whole the world comment that this wasn't the IL class, so don't charge someone. Okay. So that's after a week. So she had to apologize to that girl, so to the TV, to whole the world. So that.
Okay.
So that's why not? We don't care about the mistake, okay? But you still understand. You speak only English. You have to be appreciate her that speaks 2-3 languages, okay? So that's we don't care about the mistake. So we grew up from that. All my students, I just want them to speak out. So the mistake we will fix it later, okay? So thank you to have you here. So we hope this video will be very useful to the audience, and especially Lao students who are watching this video.